Hey, it's the Midnight Raven, and welcome to the It's Not All Doom and Gloom podcast. I'm not sure of the episode, I forgot to check, but if you're new to the channel, welcome. I am the Midnight Raven. I do this podcast every few weeks or sometimes monthly. This is the It's Not All Doom and Gloom, although if you looked in the world at the minute, you may suspect that it is all doom and gloom. But today we are going to look for the silver lining in every question we answer. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am the Midnight Raven. What we do is we go through the self-help journal that I have spent the last maybe 6 to 8 months going through. We ask 5 questions. I give you my answers. You can share your own, share your experiences, share your advice. And it's just a way of getting out of your tiny box or out of your head and putting your thoughts, feelings, and emotions into the world, which at the minute is a bit shaky. And I know there's up and down in both countries, the UK, America, and all over the world. Sometimes you just need to take a minute, zone in, and just think and relax. So let's, without any further ado, get into this episode of It's Not All Doom and Gloom and prove today that maybe, just maybe, it isn't all doom and gloom. So question 1 today is, what advice would you give to your younger self? Now that is a proverbial mix of emotions there. So here's the question. What advice would you give to your younger self? I mean, I was a younger self many, many moons ago. I am currently 41 years young. So my younger self, I've been through so much over the last 40 years. I've had kids, I've been engaged, I've had multiple relationships, I've had multiple jobs, I've had health issues, I have been up, I've been down, I've been sideways and in between. To my younger self, I think I would take the opportunity to tell myself to take one day at a time. Don't rush. There's no end goal when it comes to life. I think taking it day by day, step by step, not rushing to get to the finish line, because you're only on this planet for so long. It's not a running race, believe me. You want to be the turtle, the tortoise, the snail in this story. You do not want to be the hare getting to the finish line. Enjoy the little things as well. For me, enjoying the little things, the little victories that you have. My channel's about to hit 1 million views. It's a little victory for me. It doesn't sound like a lot, and other people are going to be like, yeah, other people have got hundreds of billions of views. It's a victory for me. Getting into a relationship at 41 years old with a guy younger than you is a victory to me. It proves, that there's life in the old dog yet. It's the little things, I would say. Take each day as it comes and enjoy the little things. They're very small little things, and very monotone advice. People are going to be, well, that's just general, but that's how I feel. Enjoy the little things. Take each day as it comes. Don't rush to the finish line, and enjoy the little things, because sometimes they're more important things than the big things that happen in your life. So that's quite sweet. So that's number 90. How do you feel about that one? That's a kind of a two-ended sword there, telling your younger self something different. Each of us have been through different things, and whether we would tell our younger self varies person to person. So if you know what you would put it in the chat. Next, what would you want to be remembered for? Is the next one. Now, this is a hard one. Some people want to shuttle off this mortal coil and not be remembered for anything. They just want to get out and go. Life isn't easy for everybody, and some people don't want to be remembered for the struggles or the strife or the problems they had when they were living. They don't want to be remembered. Some people want to be remembered. Some people want to be adored, admired, if you take celebrities. Me, personally, I'd like to just be remembered for just being a good person. Is being a good person so generic? Maybe, but I would like to think that the things I have done in my life have been selfless, kind, and generous. Um, I have had a lot of issues through my own life, but even with those issues, I have still managed to help other people at different stages, whether it's momentary with money, help, advice. When my friend was homeless, I lent him some money with no aspirations of ever getting it back. He was hungry, he was cold. I lent him some money for a coffee and some food, and I never asked for it back. I have a very kind, generous heart, especially to people around me who support me. I love to support them back as much as I can, obviously, within my means. But I have given up my time. I have given up my advice. Be remembered for something worthwhile. Don't be remembered, for like big things. It's like I said in the previous thing, be remembered for the little things you did. The time, you helped somebody that never asked for help. The time you gave advice where you didn't think it was warranted, but it actually helped the person. Again, it's the little things. It doesn't have to be something big that you're remembered for. I think being remembered for something small that you did can mean tenfold than being like a celebrity and being remembered for all the big stuff they did. There are things that celebrities do that people will never even know, and people wouldn't care because they're just not amazingly fantastic, But a common person being remembered for something is very unlikely. But you can be remembered in your own family. So whether you were generous, helpful, kind, be remembered for something good. Okay, 3 questions to go. How are we feeling? I think so far haven't been too bad. We've had 2 self-exploratory questions looking at, your younger self and what you want to be remembered for when you die. So we've gone from being young to being old or dead. The next question. Again, we're going to look at the present. Yes, we've done the past. We've done the future. Now we're going to look at the present. We're going to write down 3 positive things about yourself. So this is a bit of self-reflection. So we've looked at the past when you were younger. We've looked at the future, what you want to be remembered for when you die. Now we're going to look at the present. Write 3 things positive about yourself. Now, this isn't what people would say about you. This is 3 positive things about yourself that you think about yourself. Now, that is a hard thing because I have a very negative look at a lot of things about me. That mainly comes from depression that I have, and anxiety. I do not have a high opinion of myself. I don't value myself. I don't think I'm worthy of most of what I get half the time. 3 positive things, though. 3 positive things about myself is I would say that I am very open-minded. There are 2 sides to every situation, 2 sides to every coin, 2 sides to every problem. You can wallow in self-pity or you can pull up your britches and get on with it. I would say there's like 2 sides to me. I'm very open. I like to see the good and the bad in people, situations, scenarios. And I think that's a good thing to be able to look at both sides of it. Like if somebody in your family is having an argument, I can look at the good side and the bad side of the arguments and weigh the 2 up. Not judging necessarily, but can see both sides. So a positive thing about me, I guess, would be able to see both sides of an argument, both sides of a situation, and be able to not necessarily put myself in the middle, but I'm open to be able to see different scenarios. Something else that I would say about positive about myself is that I have a very work ethic. I think positively, I have a good work ethic. Whether I was working when I was younger, when I was older, When I hurt my back, it didn't stop me. I started doing eBay. I started doing Vinted. I do YouTube. I try and keep myself motivated. I try and keep myself going, even though, you know, with my anxiety, my PTSD, my depression, I do want to curl up in a box some mornings and I don't want to do anything. But I still try and push myself. I'm still determined. I'm still wanting to succeed. Yeah, I may have some barriers. I may have more trouble getting there. But at the end of the day, there's still an end goal that you need to achieve. It's just how quickly you get there or how slowly you get there. But the main thing is actually getting there. So I would say I'm determined. I would say I'm open-minded. Another positive thing. See, I'm not going to go for looks. Everyone's going to suggest that you're going to go for like positive, you know, egotistical things about, you know, positively, I look amazing. Or I think I want to stay with the whole mindset, the open-mindedness, the determinedness. I think the other one, my positive things about myself would be how grateful I am. I value and I am so grateful to everybody in my life, whether they have made a big impact or a small impact. Over my life, I have had people come and go, the same as everybody else. Some relationships have stayed the test of time, some haven't. Some people have stayed with me through thick and thin, and some have run when, you know, the going gets hot, which is fair enough. Not everybody has the same emotions, mindset as me, and that's what makes us individual. So I would say that I am open-minded. I would say that I'm determined, and I would say that I am grateful. Now, these are 3 positive things about myself. They're not material things. They're not how I look or anything like that. I don't want to go down that road because that is a slippery slope. But yeah, let me know what you think 3 things are positive about yourself. Okay, moving on. Slowly but surely. What can you do today to move you closer to your goals? What can you do today to move you closer to your goals? So at the minute, I don't have a lot of goals. The goalposts are pretty stuck where they are. Emotionally, my well-being, if you want to take mental health into the goalposting of moving, it's not gone very far. If you didn't know, I have depression, anxiety, and PTSD. I was diagnosed about 18 months ago. And ever since then, I have tried to get back on the horse, get back into the way of life, be like everybody else. But I think that's an unrealistic goal. And I think when we're looking at today to move closer to your goals, I think the way I'm doing it is working slowly, but it's working. And I think the main thing at that point is that it's working. It's not how quickly you get to the goalpost. It's how you get there. It's the journey. It's the experiences you go through, the emotions you go through. I think rushing to get from one end to having depression and that to supposedly being fixed, it doesn't happen like that. And the whole taboo of having mental health nowadays, everybody thinks they have mental health. Everybody wants to have mental health like it's some kind of trophy. It isn't. It's horrible. You wake up sometimes not wanting to do anything. You cry yourself to sleep. You worry constantly. It's not good. It's not good. I have insomnia as well, which is horrendous. I sleep for maybe 3-4 hours a day. And I have what they call broken sleep. I can never really go to sleep. I never really feel like I actually sleep. So what could I do today to move closer to my goal is to keep at it. Whatever I'm doing may be taking its time, but it is working. And that is the main thing. So what I can do today is to stick to what I'm doing, keeping this momentum going. And I will reach what I want to at the end. It's just non-time conformative or restricted. I will reach it. It's just when. but it's the journey that's going to be the important thing. The going through the mental health, the going through the issues, working through your emotions. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. But that's a good thing. Now, today we have the last question, and hopefully this one is kinder. So we have looked at the past, we have looked at the future, we have looked at ourselves, we have looked at goals we want for ourselves. Now we're going to look at right now, this very second, because the question is, what is on your mind right now? Literally, as I sit here, what is on my mind right now? Not a lot. What's on my mind right now? I guess at the minute, most of my mindset is going on struggles. Life has been a bit of an interesting 6 months to the year. We've had a lot going on. We've had my son in hospital. I had a cancer scare. We've had a lot going on physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. It's cost me a lot. Going to and from hospitals are not cheap. Not being able to work as much because I was dedicating myself to my son. So taking a step back, then again, hit us financially, but it was warranted. But now that we have some answers, I do not have cancer. Luckily, it was just something that is being dealt with, and it was non-cancerous. Thank God. But my son is still waiting for his results. He had a sonograph a couple of weeks ago. We are TikToking the results. They are coming in the post any day now. And we will find out what his sonograph showed for his heart. If you didn't know, my son has suspected heart arrhythmia, where he blacks out, where his heart seems to skip beats, or it seems to lull, and he passes out. He did it twice over Christmas. Gave us a good scare. And he's had ECGs multiple times. He's now had a sonograph. And hopefully by the end of this week, we are going to have some concrete answers as what is going on, as he is 17 and he would like to go to work. He would like to drive. He would like to do everything a normal teenager would do. So what is on my mind right now? That although I've had a 6 month of struggling, things are getting better. I'm cleared. My son hopefully will have some answers soon. Then I can get back to financially doing more. I can get back to more YouTube. I can get back to dedicating myself to doing more vintage, more car boot sales. Now that I don't have to model coddle my son or be around him, because he'll have a bit more freedom once we have these results. I'll have a bit more time for myself to be able to work, to be able to do stuff for car booting, yard sales, charity shops, whatever I need to do. I'll have more time, and that will benefit both of us. So right now, my mind is set on the fact that we were struggling. We're trying to fix it, but we're getting there. So it is halfway through the year. We are in July, so we've gone halfway through, and things can only get better. But let's go through the questions again. So the first question of the day was, what advice would you give to your younger self? Feel free to share whatever you'd like. What would you want to be remembered for? Do you want to be remembered, or do you want to shuttle off this mortal coil and not be remembered for anything? It's totally your choice. Let me know down below. Write 3 things positive about yourself. Try not to make these sound like physical attributes. Make them something else. What can you do today to move closer to your goals? Now, this is going to be individual. I know this, but if you want to share any of your goals or how you're trying to get to them, let me know. And the last question is, what is on your mind right now? Now, this could be a proverbial minefield because I know a lot of people are going through stuff. America is crazy right now. The UK is off its tits. So I know these questions are going to have multiple meanings to people, but this is the 365-day self-discovery journal prompts. We are currently on, next time we are looking at 95. So we have a lot to do. But like I said, mental health isn't rushed. It's day by day. And I know I haven't done a podcast in, I think it's a month. I've had issues. I've had things going on. Bear with me. We are going to try and do these weekly now or fortnightly. I promise you, it is in the pipeline. It's just that my mental health, my son, and medical come first. And they always will do, because that is called being a parent. But if you want to like and subscribe, this is the It's Not All Doom and Gloom podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you would like to help the podcast financially, you can donate it to PayPal or a super chat. All of this goes back into travel to hospital, helping my son. Most of it goes towards him, although I do take a tiny piece of it because mama's got to eat too. But like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on these questions. And remember, it's not all doom and gloom. It's just a podcast. And I will see you all very soon. I love you and leave you. Bye, guys.